So today we had a PlayStation showcase showing off some of the games we can look forward to at the end of this year, even all the way up to 2023 was one of the games that was teased. And I was thoroughly pleased. I thought the showcase was really cool. Last year, Sony had one of these, and it was to show off the PS5 that came out later that November. And I felt the games they had today were actually pretty amazing. There were a few shockers, some games that we actually got to see a little bit more of, and some games that had gameplay shown off for the first time. So I figured, hey, I enjoyed this. It's not really a reaction kind of thing, but I figured I could run through my 5 most anticipated games shown today and kind of give reasons why. So starting at number 5, we have Ghostwire Tokyo. Now this game was shown off quite a while ago, and honestly, when I first saw it, when they first teased it, I thought it would be a third-person kind of game similar to what Tango Gameworks had done previously with the Evil Within series. I, up until this point, have only played through Evil Within 2. Started Evil Within 1 years ago, but fell off, I think, because of difficulty or lack of interest, or I don't really exactly remember the reason I fell off, but it just didn't capture me. But for whatever reason, Evil Within 2, great. Really loved it. And it's a shame to see that we may not get Evil Within 3. I really hope so. I would love to see it. But at least up until this point, Ghostwire Tokyo will be the next game from Tango Gameworks. It's kind of interesting because Tango was actually acquired by Microsoft. So whatever game comes out from them after Ghostwire is going to be a Game Pass and PC, Xbox exclusive. Which, yeah, I have a PC and I have an Xbox One. At some point I'll get a Xbox Series. I don't know if I'll get an X or an S. I haven't really decided yet. But at least for Ghostwire on PS5, I'll probably check it out. I'm not really too sure what the game is even now. It had a little bit more revealed. So you're at least going to be using your hands kind of Doctor Strange style to cast spells and almost sealing up these demons. I don't know if they're yokai or what exactly they're going to be called, but they look like demons and ghosts, and it looks like you're unraveling some sort of mystery. So it looks like it could be kind of fun, pretty compelling. Won't have to wait too long for it. It's going to be coming out spring 2022, so anywhere from January, probably not January, but probably fall in the April timeframe, I would imagine. April, June. So hopefully we'll be able to see it before too long and maybe fill in some of the questions I have, because it's still kind of confusing. Now, number 4, we have Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, I know technically this isn't a PlayStation exclusive by any means, because if you see the platform listings, it's on everything actually imaginable except for Stadia, basically. And I'm still excited for this, to play this on PlayStation, just because PlayStation is my primary place to play games. It used to be PC. Before that, it was Xbox, so I tend to jump. I just play games where I most enjoy it at that moment. But right now, it's PlayStation, so come October, or the end of October, I'm actually going to give this game a go. I was kind of burnt by Avengers. I played that on PC, played through the main campaign, and enjoyed it. It was fun, but I was kind of let down. I thought it'd be more, and this looks like it's going to fill that void. This style of game, a narrative-driven, not that live service kind of model, just a regular single-player narrative-driven game. I think it's going to be really fun. It's coming to us from Eidos Montreal, so hopefully they can give us something really fascinating, really fun with this. I've been kind of trying to keep away from too many trailers because I do want to go into this as blind as possible, so don't have too much to say, but at least the main cast, the Guardians, at least they actually look nice. I don't know. There's something still weird about the way the Avengers look, and maybe it's that they're so iconic in the Marvel Cinematic Universe that it just feels weird when we see them not quite be them. But the Guardians here, I at least appreciate the way they look, and they don't look too far off. Number 3, I have Forspoken. Now, this one, I still don't really know what to think of it. It's fascinating. It looks really cool. It looks really fun. I'm a fan of the kind of quick paced, open world, fast moving. Kind of reminds me of Sunset Overdrive, kind of moving around your environment. And if we're being totally honest here, it basically is like an isekai. So you leave the real world, don't die, but you leave the real world and go into a world of fantasy. It's probably been said before. I don't know. I'd imagine so. It's probably been said before. But I still think it's going to be really fun. Again, not really too much known. This trailer did give us more gameplay and more details on some semblance of a story. But it is still a game from Square Enix, so there's chances it might not make too much sense. But the game still does look absolutely beautiful. And as weird as it may sound, I'm actually super excited to play as a lead that is a person of color and is not just your average white dude. I think being able to tell more diverse stories is something that the gaming industry is slowly moving towards, and I'm all for it. And at number 2, the big one that I actually did not think we would see was Spider-Man 2. Now, we did get a date of 2023, so it's going to be a little while until we get this one. Still got to wait 2 years, and my guess is it's going to be late 2023. And not much is known, obviously. I'm assuming it's only going to be PS5. They haven't said what platforms, unless I missed it, but PS5 only, I'm assuming. I'm guessing at that point, 2023, you're 3 years removed from the release of the PS5, so I'm guessing at that point, support for the PS4 is going to be discontinued. So at that point, I'm pretty much guessing it's going to be all PS5. But the big reveal that we did get was that Venom is going to be the main villain in this title. Now, I anticipated that there would be a different villain, no spoilers, from the way that the first game ended. I thought I'd see more of that in the Miles Morales side game, but I'm not too shocked. I'm guessing it's probably going to be a multi-villain kind of thing, but at least as of now, they're teasing that Venom is going to be in it, and I'm all here for it. I'm really excited. And then number 1, it had to be God of War Ragnarok. I've been playing the God of War series since the PS2. I've only platinumed, admittedly, God of War 1, but I do want to go back and play through the other games again and try and get the platinums on all of them, including Chains of Olympus and Ghost of Sparta. I played those originally on the PSP, so I've been with the series for a long time, and I'm super, super stoked. I do have to say, it looked incredible. I was blown away that the games in the series just keep getting better and better and better looking. Now, it may not be a radically huge jump, but it's still getting to the point where it's like almost photorealistic humans and almost photorealistic skin, the little minute details and animations, and it just, a little cherry on top to end this conference. Absolutely loved it. Don't have to wait too long, 2023. Probably later in the year. I would hope that it's during the summer, but we'll see. And for anyone still rocking the PS4 come 2022, which, hey, I mean, it's probably going to be most of us, admittedly, because the PS5 is still pretty hard to get. But if you are able to get a PS5, you'll have that option, but the PS4 option is going to be there for you as well. And to kind of quickly go over some of the extra games that I was super intrigued by, but didn't really either show off enough, or I just have more questions, and maybe I can find answers just by doing some looking. But I figured it'd be kind of a cool way to start a conversation under this video. There were 3 more games that were shown off that genuinely surprised me. Knights of the Old Republic, I didn't realize this was getting a remake. I kind of heard rumblings about it, but honestly didn't expect to see it here. I didn't know where we would see it. I thought EA might just kind of show it off themselves, but never played the original back in the day. This is a BioWare classic, so hopefully we get something really cool out of this. Only got a little teaser, but it was still enough to get me intrigued by it. Next up was a game called Project Eve. I thought this was a Parasite Eve thing, and it may be, but I'm not too sure. At first when I saw it, I thought it was a Nier title, because you had your main character with a sword and then a little floating companion. I was like, oh shit, is this a new Nier? But no, it's a game called Project Eve. Not sure what it is. Looks really cool and flashy. Is it related to Parasite Eve? Don't know. I saw a lot of things that looked kind of gross and monstrous, so potentially, but that's something I probably will just do a little bit more research on, because they did show a lot off, and I'm assuming this is probably going to be coming out sometime next year. And the one game that I was shocked to see, that I had no idea that this was even on the radar was a Wolverine game, and it's actually coming to us from the folks over at Insomniac Games. I have no idea how that production studio is actually able to keep up this momentum, and it just seems to be going faster and faster and faster, and apparently there's no crunch, because there was no crunch on Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, which, perfect, as someone in the software development world, that's the last thing we need more of. It was really, really shocking to me. I knew they were working on Spider-Man 2. They had just released the new Ratchet and Clank game. I honestly didn't think we'd see anything else, but, I'm not complaining. More Marvel games, and a Wolverine game at that, I'm all here for it. Thanks for watching my 5 most anticipated games that were shown off at the most recent PlayStation showcase. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what you thought of the conference, and let me know what you thought of my games listed here. Do you have a similar list? Do you have a different list? Let me know what games are coming up that you are most excited for in the comments, and let's try and get a little conversation going. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.